Welcome back. Now, on Thursday last week, President Muhammadu Buhari appointed Mrs. Aisha Ahmad as the Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. She's to replace Mrs. Sarah Alade, who retired earlier this year. And since this appointment, there seemed to be quite a lot of buzz on the social media as to who this Aisha Ahmad is. And so I'm being joined by a financial analyst, Arinze Nwobu, to talk more on that. Good morning, Mr. Nwobu. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, and good morning.
Now, many people would ask, who is Aisha Ahmad? So I ask you, who is Aisha Ahmad?
Thank you very much. Aisha Ahmad, I know, is a practitioner in the financial industry. Somebody who has been in that industry for quite some time, up to 20 years, which to me is not a joke. She worked last in Diamond Bank before her appointment, but prior to that, she's worked in other financial institutions of repute, such as now Bank PLC, Stanbic IBTC, Zenith Bank, and some other reputable banks institutions, in the UK, and a very well qualified individual, in that sector.
Now, as a financial analyst and having understood the mandate of the central bank, do you think she has got all it takes to take up that job?
Thank you very much. The answer is a categorical yes. In economics, they say talk about necessary and sufficient conditions. Going by what the CBN Act states, Aisha Ahmad has both the necessary and sufficient conditions to take up that position. And that is exactly just what matters. Yes. Okay.
Now, a lot of issues have come up about, well, aside from qualification, a lot of people were excited of the age.
That's right.
And all that. Should there really be a specific age one should actually be on the board of the central bank?
Well, the answer is no, as far as the Act is concerned. The Act does not specify any age whatsoever. But again, it beats me hollow that people, raise that issue because this is a lady who, going by her resume, is 40, getting to 41. And we know that people in the past have even taken up higher responsibilities than that. But here we are talking about the position of a DG, Deputy Governor in Central Bank. Yes, it's an exalted office, quite okay. But people should cast their mind back that in the past, General Yakubu Gowon retired, took up the leadership of this country at the age of 30-something. And there are other people in that category. So I don't think that age thing, should even come up at all.
Right. What do you expect that she brings to the table as a member of the board of the central bank?
Yeah, I ran a check on her pedigree and her CV. And one thing about her that strikes me is that, she's a creative person. She's an innovator. I say this from what she has introduced in a non-profit organization where she belongs, the Wimbees. She came up with a concept. You see, I respect people who come up with concepts a lot because innovation is the key that drives growth and development. So having that kind of knack, I think she's going to take it to the MPC or the central bank generally, come up with innovative concepts that will help the bank, the financial institution, the financial system, and the economy generally to prosper even better. That's my thinking.
Now, going forward, what do you think should actually be the qualification of anyone who perhaps is expected to be on the board of the central bank?
Yeah, the CBN Act states it categorically, so it wouldn't follow me to begin to redo what I have done. The operational word there is somebody with recognized financial experience. And it's on the basis of that that I say that she has both the necessary and sufficient conditions. You know what I'm saying? That is exactly the only thing that the Act states. Now, people are talking about you being ED. The Act doesn't state that. It may be necessary, but the Act tells us what is both necessary and sufficient. And if you look back, you may find out that there are some people in the past in the bank who got to that exalted position without actually necessarily being EDs. And I like that kind of thing because so when you straitjacket certain things, it limits people, it limits creativity. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't have to have a standard. Certainly you have to have a standard. But for one to have been in the financial industry for way up to 20 years, let's face the facts, you must know what you're doing, what you're talking about.
And you don't have to be an economist either.
Well, yeah, it may be necessary, but it's not that it must be. I tell you why. Late Gamaliel Onosode read classics, but he operated mainly in the financial industry. It's about aptitude. It's about your IQ. It's about aptitude. So these things no matter. And I think there's a bank in this country that whether you have, once you have first class, be it in religious knowledge or whatever, they absorb you into the banking industry, train you, because they know that for you to make a first class, there must be something special about you.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Arinze, for your contribution. Well, we can only wish her well.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Right.